right.
75 pro riders descend. Crankworx pumps it up today on the Express. This week's show goes round and round, starting with the Ultimate Pump Track Challenge.
It's just a really cool, unique, fun night event. The guys don't take it super serious, but they like to come out and have fun, and like it's a backyard jam.
Then Crankworx kicks off with the return of an old favorite made new again.
It's high intensity, it's really short, so you start and you're on the gas all the time.
And the trials of life with Ryan Leech.
Creativity is, man, it's the spark, you know, that's where new things can arise.
Join us for a gravity-defying lineup. You'll only find it here today on the Express. Welcome to the Express on Shaw TV. I'm your host, Nicole Fitzgerald. The Boneyard, home to the Ultimate Pump Track Challenge, just getting ready to get underway here at Crankworx. It's a 10-day festival that's all about fat tire junkies playing in the dirt, or on a track, as is the case with the Fat Tire Crit. A criterium usually pits road riders against road riders. Whistler does things a little differently. Only mountain bikes are at this start line.
All you good people in Whistler, join in. We're going to start at 5. Here we go. 5. 4, 3, 2, 1. We are ready.
It's high intensity, it's really short, so you start and you're on the gas all the time.
Looping an 800-meter track as fast as one can pedal takes strength, stamina, and determination.
There'll be guys and girls who are great road riders or downhillers that have never done a race like this, so some people will be out of their element.
Making a comeback after almost a decade, the Fat Tire Crit is bringing together riders of various skill sets for a fast-paced sprint looping the Whistler Olympic Plaza.
I race downhill professionally on the World Cup circuit, so it's maximum 5 minutes. So going around in circles on pavement is definitely not my forte.
Criteriums, aka crits, are typically reserved for road bikes on closed city streets. This race is for mountain bikes only.
It's not like a normal road criterium. It goes through a walkway, there's tight turns, there's a little bit of gravel, there's a boardwalk that they have to go up and over, so you really have to be on your toes.
For added pressure and excitement, even for the back of the pack, this crit is a miss and out format.
They also call it devil take the hindmost, which means every few laps they pull the last rider out. So the sprint is at the back of the race, not necessarily the front.
The intensity of early eliminations, shoulder-to-shoulder sprints, and an enthusiastic crowd, win or lose, make this an exciting event to compete in.
It was super fun, yeah, it's really cool just to, like I said before, just to try something new.
Kicking off Crankworx, this spectator-friendly event is setting the tone for a no-holds-barred 10-day festival that has something for everyone.
There's a mix of roadies, cross-country mountain bikers, dual slalom and downhill riders. So as part of Crankworx, it's an awesome event.
From Whistler Olympic Plaza, I'm Jessica Turner for Shaw TV.
This year's Fat Tire Crit winners were Catherine Short of BC and Brian Lopes of the US. Well, the adrenaline keeps running here at Crankworx. The Ultimate Pump Track Challenge is fast and furious, and a race is over in about 20 seconds. Next, we've got Ryan Leech. He played the Cirque du Soleil Big Top, then the Vans Warped Tour. You think he was a rock star, only instead of picking up a mic, Ryan picks up a bike.
Much better, it seems, with my feet on pedals. Walking around, I can be a little bit clumsy, but get me on a bike and it feels like home.
Jesus walked on water, Superman soared the sky. And Ryan Leech, well, in keeping with the gods, along with the trials riding code, his feet also never touched the ground, leaving his mind and body to hop, drop, and fly.
I think dreaming's tied into creativity, and creativity is, man, it's the spark. You know, that's where new things can arise, where a new line can be ridden on a bike. You just got to use your imagination, and you know, sky's the limit. There's no rules.
This Norco-sponsored pro rider has made his own rules right from the start, transforming a life of trials riding competitions and cross-country mountain bike racing into sheer entertainment, such as his performance here in Whistler Village.
Often, trials riders can look a little bit awkward and clumsy, even though they're doing incredible things. So my influence to the trials world was to improve the flow, the smoothness, and the style.
And gravity-defying tricks such as this have put him on top of the pack, stealing the spotlight even outside of the biking world.
I've had the opportunity to perform at some pretty large-scale venues to audiences that are unfamiliar with cycling, such as Cirque du Soleil, or the Vans Warped Tour, Jeep World Outside Festival, Calgary Stampede. And these are great chances, again, just to get people thinking about riding bikes.
These techniques are fairly abrupt, 0 to 100% effort in a split second, like so.
Audience member 12-year-old Oliver Seeks from Hong Kong was keen to help. Even after seeing Ryan's show 4 times already, Oliver continues to be amazed.
Oliver, a round of applause. Say thanks.
He never disappoints me. He got to the highest level without knocking the bar off, and he did really well. I'm a big fan. I waited to get his autograph. I'm gonna put it up on my wall and frame it, maybe. I can't ride a bike like that.
But Ryan did leave Oliver keen to get out on his own bike, exactly what Ryan's mindful maneuvers and inspirational show aims to do.
I try to make it look easy, and therefore people can relate to it a little bit more, especially when I'm doing a show. My bike looks like a bike. My hope is that people are more likely to think about their bike at home and perhaps give cycling of any kind a try.
He's just a man and a bike. Or at least that's how he wants his audience to see it. But only a god can defy gravity and harness it for his own. From Whistler, I'm Nicole Fitzgerald for Shaw TV.
Right on, thanks for watching, guys. Yeah, right on.
Ryan is a jack of all trades. He even teaches yoga. If you want to check out one of his classes in Vancouver, just visit his Facebook website. Now, if you want to check out some white knuckle action, the Ultimate Pump Track Challenge delivers in spades.
We've got everything from local riders to World Cup riders here at the Ultimate Pump Track Challenge presented by RockShox.
Riders have less than 20 seconds to prove themselves here at the Ultimate Pump Track Challenge. How did the race go for you?
You know, I'm just kind of out here to have a good time. It's really fun. Whistler is just kind of a good mid-season break for the World Cup guys. And we all get to hang out, go to parties at night, and have fun events like this. Pump track events are pretty rare, but this is definitely the Super Bowl of it.
And what do you get out of the pump track event style?
Very, very tired. It's 20 seconds of the hardest thing you've ever done.
It's 2 racers head-to-head. They start on opposite sides of the course and they do 1 lap around the track. Whoever gets around that lap fastest wins and moves on to the next round. There's 2 categories. There's an open men category and an open women category.
What do you like about the pump track event?
Just the pumping and riding small bikes. I really like my small bike.
There's a few local kids, but there's also some of the best riders in the world. We have Kurt Voorhees here, Troy Brosnan, World Cup racer, Mitch Ropalato, World Cup racer, defending champion. So some of the best in the world are here. Jill Kittner, the defending champion on the women's side from last year. So World Cup athletes for sure.
Not only is she the 2010 Ultimate Pump Track Challenge winner, but also for 2011. Again, congratulations. How do you feel?
Yeah, pretty tired. That was a lot of work. I mean, you're not pedaling or anything, but you're exhausted by the end of a lap. So I'm pretty stoked to get a win here again in front of such an impressive crowd.
It's just a really cool, unique, fun night event. The guys don't take it super serious, but they like to come out and have fun, and like it's a backyard jam. I think these guys, they look forward to all-Crankworx. It's a break for them from the hectic schedule of the World Cup. They get to come here for 10 days, hang out, party a little bit, have a good time. But yeah, it's a nice kind of break from their day job.
The winning male and female here at the Ultimate Pump Track Challenge take home $1,000 in cash. Stay tuned, we've got more prize finds coming your way as the biking insanity continues, this time on the road. Still to come, switch gears with Team Whistler as mountain bikers explore a more streamlined way of pedaling.
We're going to do some skills training tonight. So we're going to get people comfortable riding in a group.
And a few tips on how to get down and dirty with shooting this sport.
It's definitely weather dependent. If you're shooting in the forest, you want nice diffused light.
Meet Katie, a mother black bear, and her cubs, Charlie and Maggie. When natural foods ran short, Katie ventured into urban areas. Sadly, it's too late for this family, but you can help other bears by removing the foods that attract them to your property.
Welcome back to the Ultimate Pump Track Challenge at Crankworx. I'm your host, Nicole Fitzgerald, and you're watching The Express. Whistler is famous for its mountain biking, downhill, cross-country, free ride, but there's another breed of rider in town. Just look for the spandex.
Certainly we get razzed in spandex, so there is that baggy spandex side of the sport.
Spandex, speeds of 50 kilometers per hour, and handlebars stationed low for optimum aerodynamics. Road biking is a far cry from Whistler's mountain biking scene.
The most intimidating thing when you first start out, especially if you're in mountain biking, is actually how fast you go. On the road there's traffic. Out in the forest on your mountain bike there isn't traffic. Just add a little bit of tension to the pedals.
There are a lot of differences between the skinny and fat tire way of life, and that's exactly why Tony Rootley and his fellow Team Whistler crew come together once a week to host Tuesday night club rides in Whistler.
The one that the wind is hitting. We're going to do some skills training tonight. So we're going to get people comfortable riding in a group and what to do when they're riding in a group, how to pass in the group, stay in a pace line.
These hill climbing crusaders opt for the flat training ground that the Cheakamus Crossing neighborhood affords. Jerseys knit together in a racing formation called a peloton. Drafting and slipstreaming, a nerve-wracking experience for many new roadies.
When you're riding along, there's little signals that you can give to point out gravel or rocks and broken glass on the road so that the person behind you who can't see because they're closer to you know that obstacle's there.
There are many nuances to this pavement-dictated sport, recreational and racing alike. This Whistler team athlete, who began riding when he moved to Whistler 2 decades ago, now races around the world with showings at the Canadian Road Nationals and stage races in Mexico.
Definitely one of those things you do in this town. You used to get your skiing in the winter, but what are you going to do for the rest of the year? So biking is it.
Whistler's Wayside Road whips Tony into shape tonight, the instigator behind why this mountain biker first took up the sport. But that life decision has now turned a corner. Over the years, he's discovered other benefits to being a roadie.
It doesn't beat you up as much, so if you want to go for an hour ride, you can go for a cruise on the road bike and just have fun. It's nice and get some exercise. No bruises and bumps.
Ah, the life of the open road. From Whistler, I'm Nicole Fitzgerald for Shaw TV. So again, Team Whistler meets every Tuesday night at Summit Sports next to the Whistler Gondola. No experience is necessary for this Tuesday night ride. It's go big or go home here at the Ultimate Pump Track Challenge at Crankworx. The same sentiments for our next story. Do you remember building a sandcastle as a kid? Well, these sandcastles look nothing like them. Big Summer is brought to you by Cultus Lake Water Park, BC's #1 water park.
The level of detail is astounding, and the patience it takes to build one of these sandcastles is unimaginable. But it's a challenge Parksville's Chris Baker is ready to face head-on.
I personally enjoy the risk, that difficulty, that technical aspect of it. How far can you push it before you lose your entire piece? There's not a lot that compares to it.
Chris and his team Cutting Edge are one of 3 teams and 15 soloists who are taking part in the Parksville annual sand sculpting exhibition.
We're the only local team in Parksville, so we thought we'd do a local theme this year. It's all the landscape under the water for our area and that kind of thing, animals we're used to seeing and that kind of thing.
What the sand sculptors have to do is come to our event and come up with an interesting theme that they're creating that they can build out of sand and just water and a lot of ingenuity, and create some sort of sand sculpture that will remain on exhibit for 4 weeks.
This exhibition is actually a qualifying event for the World Championships of Sand Sculpting that's happening in Fort Myers, Florida.
We look for master sculptors, and that means that the sculptors have to have a significant amount of experience in sculpting in sand, and they also have had to have won a championship before.
This year we have people from across Canada, several from the United States, 1 from Mexico, and 2 from the Netherlands and 1 from Latvia.
I'm a professional sand sculptor, but I also do ice, snow and wood, and I do public commissions, and I'm a hobby inventor.
And in fact, you can find one of Wilford's inventions, the Sand Shaper, at this year's exhibition.
They are little discs that can be used to shape sand into domes to create a certain shape, a dome shape, to build your sand sculpture with.
It looks like this. They come in 4 different sizes. As you can see, it's in inches and in centimeters, so you will learn also the metric system. They also have different colors and different languages.
Okay, so we're trying to make our own sandcastle here, but it's not as easy as it seems, so I guess I'll have to get some professional advice.
First thing you need to know is how to make a sphere. After you know the sphere, you can, there's some examples on here. It's a caterpillar, and there's a flower and a turtle.
The show will be on until August 14th, so make sure you come here and check it out.
Look how I screwed it into the sand.
Wow, that's pretty awesome. So in Parksville for Shaw TV's Big Summer, I'm Gina Tozy. It's a lot of fun. Wow, I destroyed it. Oops, fix it again.
Big Summer is brought to you by Cultus Lake Water Park, BC's #1 water park. It's only a ferry ride away. The Parksville Sand Building Exhibition is on display until August 18th. Tonight, it's all about Crankworx. It's been incredible. We've seen the Fat Tire Crit, trials riding, the Pump Track Challenge, and now the Deep Summer Photo Challenge. After the break, meet the winner of the 2011 Deep Summer Photo Challenge.
I try to make images so that you could feel you could be the one riding it. I think that's kind of fun.
Community programming on Shaw has been generously sponsored in part by Artina's handcrafted Canadian jewelry, 387 Water Street in Gastown and Government Street in Victoria.
Welcome back to the Express on Shaw TV. The crowds have descended. The race is on. It's berms, doubles, and gaps. Oh my. The Ultimate Pump Track Challenge is all about fast, flow, and furious. Our next story, it's all about precision with a lot of noise.
Travel along with us on the Quality Assured Collision Road Trip as we explore the many marvelous attractions and activities of beautiful British Columbia.
It was a fun, adrenaline-filled experience aiming for a bullseye at the DVC Indoor Shooting Center.
What's unique about our club in particular is it's the only one in British Columbia which is a rental range, which means you don't need a license and you don't need your own guns to come by and shoot. And that's actually a big part of the appeal of our range in particular. It's just kind of a bucket list type thing, you know, not everyone, it's not an everyday thing you get to shoot a gun, and that's what we're here for, because you don't need to know someone, have a friend or a relative that shoots to take you. Just come on in, bring your ID, and we'll set you up and get you ready to go. This is a Glock 17 in 9mm. Even people not familiar with guns, they'll have heard the name Glock. It's definitely in a lot of TV shows, a lot of movies, a lot of songs, and yeah, this is definitely one of the more popular pistols that we have. Now the gun's ready to shoot. To aim.
A thorough lesson in safety and technique is a must before any ammunition is fired.
So you always have to think about where the gun's pointing. Okay. At the back wall, at your target, nowhere else. The biggest components are your grip, your trigger control, and your sight picture. So those are kind of broad terms for everything we need to consider when shooting a handgun, but those three really do cover it.
The sight on the Glock 17 looks like this, but on the rifle, the sight is a little more high-tech.
So with our rifles, what we have here is the Beretta Storm. It's our most popular rifle that we have. Wow. Again, shoots 9mm, so actually the same bullets that a lot of our semi-automatics use.
Retiring from duty.
I think people get really scared of guns, and I think there's a lot of negative portrayal against guns. But to me, being around a range and around people that use firearms, you actually find that they're really, really safe, and it's really a type of sport that has a lot of people that are very responsible. Squeeze the trigger while breathing.
I would definitely recommend people to come and try this out because it's different. It's really different to the stereotype, I think, of gun shooting. There's a lot of control, there's a lot of care to detail and attention that you need, and I think that's really interesting to go through the whole process.
How did I do?
The bigger holes are the 9mm, so you can see the difference in the size of the bullets that you were shooting.
I think I'm going to have this framed. I think this means I'm a natural, right?
I think so, yeah.
In Port Coquitlam, I'm Kendall Harris for Shaw TV.
Entertaining and informative, the Quality Assured Collision Road Trip. Weekends on Shaw TV. Always something new and exciting.
A little closer to home, the Sea to Sky has two shooting ranges, one in Pemberton and one in Squamish. Just visit the below websites for more information. More than 650 tire titans have descended on Crankworx to put on quite a show. Some pedal while others click. Later on in the show, Crankworx is all about fame, glory, and power, even when competing from behind a lens. The Whistler Mountain Bike Park is the rider's equivalent of Mount Olympus. Veteran Brian Lopes first competed here in 2002. He loved the bike park so much that he bought a house here. If only everyone could have a home here in Whistler, two-legged and four-legged alike. It's that time of the show again to see what animals are up for adoption at our local animal shelters.
Welcome to Wagon Whistler. These are a few of the pets that we have up for adoption. This is Indigo. She's a little 6-week-old kitten that was found on the side of the road getting chased by a few dogs. So she ended up here because someone saved her. This is Mo. He's a really nice 1-year-old dog. He'd do great with a family. He loves kids. Hi, welcome to the Squamish SPCA. We're just going to show you some of the cats that we have up for adoption right now. This here is Jazzy. She's one of our older females that we have up for adoption. She's probably around 7 to 8 years old. Very vocal, very friendly girl. Doesn't like the other cats too much, but should be good in a home with children. This here is Slinky. He is a 5-year-old neutered male Siamese cross. He's a little shy, but he's very sweet once you get to know him. And he would be great with both cats and dogs, but probably not with younger children.
Love pets, love animals. The SPCA and WEG are always looking for volunteers to care for the Sea to Sky's cutest residents. Give Wag a helping paw. The Canine Wine and Dine is back September 10th at the Hilton. Where else is your dog going to get a chance at a 3-course meal followed by pupcakes? More than 650 riders have descended on Crankworx here in Whistler. They're all fighting for their piece of the prize. More than $114,000 has been given away this weekend. 5,000 smackaroos to this next local talent.
I try to make images so that you could feel you could be the one riding it. I think that's kind of fun.
And today, that's exactly what Whistler's award-winning action sports photographer Robin O'Neill is hoping to do.
I'm going to catch you just over here as you come through, and I'm going to pan as you move towards the fadeaway over there.
Okay. So I'll go as fast as I can.
Giving careful instructions to pro mountain biker Matt Hunter in the Whistler Bike Park, Robin shows us just how her award-winning work is done.
Action photography is one of the most challenging types of shoots. It's definitely weather dependent. If you're shooting in the forest, you want nice diffused light and cloudy light, or clouds cover, but you don't want rain. Those kinds of things, those are very specific needs to make an image work easily and to make it look good.
And for the last 5 years, making mountain biking look good is exactly what Robin's been able to do. She's had images published in magazines and more recently snapped top place at this year's Deep Summer Photo Challenge as part of the Whistler Crankworx Festival for this epic collection of shots.
Oh, it's great. I mean, it's amazing that I got selected to do it. I'm in amongst some really great guys, and audiences make us create new and interesting material.
Robin's great. She's very open to everybody's ideas, which you don't always experience that. Sometimes the photographer doesn't want to listen to what the riders think, and that can be really frustrating because you're part of the image too. The slideshow's already done. That looks great.
Yeah, I think.
A keen mountain biker herself, it's only natural for Robin to often swap her bike for her lens to capture her best action images.
I'm actually a very passionate mountain biker and skier, so sometimes it's hard to make your pleasure also your work. So yes, I do love the action photography. I love being around people who are passionate about the sports, and I like to interpret what we do.
From the bike park in Whistler, I'm Alana Ponsonby for Shore TV.
Robin's next big project, she's shooting the 2012 London Olympic Games. UK competitors are here at Crankworx along with athletes from 20 different countries. Some are as far off as from Russia and Argentina. Whistler definitely knows how to show everyone a good time, both on and off the mountain. Live at Squamish pumps up the volume with Metric, the John Butler Trio, Girl Talk, and Weezer. Tickets are now on sale for this 2-day outdoor music extravaganza. Camping is available on site. Help End Pediatric Cancer. The Great Canadian Run invites the community to help raise funds for 16 pediatric oncology centres across Canada, which support research and treatment for kids with cancer. 4,000 road bikes will descend on the Sea to Sky Highway. The second annual Grand Fondo returns. The scenic bike ride ends at Whistler Olympic Plaza. Live music, entertainment, and more. You've probably heard of the Tour de France, but what about the Tour de Farms? Grab your bicycle and explore local eats, treats, and gardens at Slow Food Cycle Sunday. The event is free. Today is truly a celebration of everything two-wheel. There are so many ways to ride. And thanks to Crankworx, Sea to Sky residents are geared up to head out on their bike. And that wraps up this week's show at the Ultimate Pump Track Challenge here at Crankworx. A huge thank you to Endless Biking for our transportation. If you'd like to see your story ID on the show, drop us a line at sea2skyexpress@shaw.ca. You can also get our show online at shawtv.com. Join us next week. It's what's hot and what's not in summer fashion. So until then, from all of us on Shaw TV, thanks for watching.
Nicole Fitzgerald's wardrobe by Peak Performance, hairstyling by The Loft Salon, and makeup by Beauty Mart. POV camera courtesy of Contour. While filming on the mountain, parking provided by Fire Rock Lounge.